The Northern Cape is the first province to follow Gauteng by launching online registration for the 2021 academic year. Northern Cape Premier Dr. Zamani Saul says online applications for grades 1 and 8 officially opened on the 14th of September and will remain open until the 9th of October. That's just 3 days from now. Already well over 50,000 applications have been successfully processed. For more on this, let's bring in the Northern Cape Education MEC, that's Zolile Monakali, who is live to us from Kimberley. MEC, thanks very much for your time. Welcome to the AM report. In fact, Premier Zamani Saul went on to describe this move as a major milestone. I'm going to presume you agree with him as far as that is concerned. But the question is, how do residents of the Northern Cape see it? What's been the reception of this online application process?
Thank you, Ayanda. Thank you to the viewers. Ayanda, definitely the community of the Northern Cape was very excited. Their response was very positive. It is indicative that within the first 7 minutes of the launching of the online system, we received about 12,000 hits. That's an indication of the Northern Cape community being excited and making use of the opportunity.
Right. Let's speak a bit more about some of the numbers. I mean, I was quoting a 50,000 applications figure a short while ago. I mean, if in the first few minutes you had as many hits as you've just mentioned, I imagine this number must be different now.
Definitely. As we are standing on the 4th of October, we registered about 50,060 applicants that successfully made use of the system.
The difficulty, of course, with anything online is that you need to be able to allow people access to it, and it's very difficult then to not enter the realm of speaking about digitization, data costs and the likes. I imagine the province thought these things through as you were aiming, I imagine, to now move the way you operate to a more digital spectrum.
Definitely, Ayanda. You must remember that the vision of the sixth administration in the Northern Cape is a modern, growing and successful province. So what we have done, we have made sure that this system is brought out in all the parts of the province. As you know, the Northern Cape is a rural province. We even made sure that we established work-in centers. We established about 154 work-in centers throughout the province to assist the poor people who won't have data or who don't have gadgets and systems to go on the system. We employed about 194 EPWP learners on the NYS system to be technical support to assist communities when they want to make use of the system, so that we can make sure that the system is available and accessible to the whole community of the Northern Cape.
You know, Gauteng ran into a few troubles when they were starting their online system, and I guess we can't blame them as, if you like, the pioneers of this online registration process. What are some of the challenges you've come across? Because, of course, the context will be different with each particular province.
Yes, Ayanda. As you know, we benchmark on the system from the Gauteng province, and we are really appreciating the support that we got from Gauteng province. But what we have done, we have adapted the system to the circumstances of the Northern Cape. We did experience some challenges, minor challenges, but we are having a technical team who are responding to the challenges immediately as they are being reported by the community members. Sometimes the system is hanging up, sometimes it's internet activity, but our technical team then responds very quickly to make sure the service is accessible and available to the community.
Help us better understand what the response actually means. I mean, if 50,000 people have applied, how much of a proportion is that really from the total intake that we're expecting from next year?
Ayanda, you must remember that in the Northern Cape, we are not only using the system for the grade R and grade 1 and grade 8, as in the case of Gauteng. We are using it for the whole system. And we are expecting around 80,000 people to register. That is why we extended the period. Originally, we would have closed on the 30th of September, but we have extended it 1 week until the 9th, which is this coming Friday, on request from the public, because they are making use of the system.
Yeah, and essentially what I'm trying to get to is how many people that are going to be eligible for the 2021 academic year are actually taking up this online process route. So this 80,000 that you're expecting, I don't imagine that is all the pupils that you're expecting for next year's academic year, even for the grades you've outlined?
Especially for the grade R, grade 1 and grade 8, we are talking about plus minus 60,000. But because we are making use of all the inner grades, we are expecting about 80,000. But the placement will take place, and we will be sure as soon as we are closing the system on Friday, the 9th of October. Then we will be definitely sure how many people really use the opportunity.
Okay, and let's speak about that, because I know in Gauteng that's also been a point of contention for many people. An application online is not a guarantee of actual placement. Is that the same for the Northwest as well?
Definitely the same. The online application process is the first step. After that, then the placement process will take place. And after the placement, it's only then that we are going to inform parents about the available places for their children in the various schools in the province.
I beg your pardon, I think I said the Northwest, I meant obviously the Northern Cape. Let's speak also about the general state of education in your province, MEC. I mean, obviously, no overstating the impact that COVID-19 has had. I mean, I imagine that in part is why the province has taken up this option to actually even go online insofar as the application process is concerned. Your most salient worries as we prepare for the 2021 academic year, what are some of your concerns insofar as that is concerned?
The effects of the pandemic cannot be undermined. They really affected us negatively, but we were proactive as the Department of Education, and we tried to be proactive by trying to assist our learners to get the learning materials. And this intervention is one of the ways of trying to make sure that we are making up for the 2021 academic year. But for this year, what we have done, we made a lot of interventions to assist the current group of learners by having weekend classes, Saturday classes. We are also going to have spring intervention classes over the week that is coming to make sure we are assisting the learners so that we can catch up with the outstanding work.
The MEC in Gauteng, your counterpart in this province, is of the view that we shouldn't change the final matric exam, and he cites his own arguments for that. Many people agree, many people don't. I can't help but be curious to find out where you stand on the issue. Do you think the final matric paper should be altered because of the effects of COVID-19?
As the Northern Cape Department of Education, we are of the view that the grade 12 exams papers is a process and it can't be changed now. The only thing that must happen is that the department must come with intervention mechanisms to make sure that we prepare our learners as best as possible so that they can get the necessary outcomes.
All right. Thanks very much for weighing in on not only the online process, but the many other related issues to education during this moment. Very much appreciate your time. Zolile Monakali is the Education MEC in the Northern Cape. Appreciate your time indeed.